Como é que é, pessoal? Bem-vindos novamente ao Undergrounds Voice ao vivo. Hoje tenho o prazer de receber um dos meus guitarristas favoritos, o Vogg, guitarrista dos Decapitated. Man, thank you so much for being here. It's a huge honor for me to meet you and to receive you here at Undergrounds Voice. You're one of my favorite guitar players, so it's really a huge honor for me. I'm really happy. So the first Damned will be released at June 4, and it's a compilation of the first Decapitated demos released more than 20 years ago. So why did you decide as a band to do this kind of throwback and release this now?
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for that nice introduction. And so, talking about the first Damned re-release, we decided to do that because we think that it's amazing story. First of all, it's amazing story to tell for all Decapitated fans. Some of the old fans might know those demo tapes from the past. They've been released already in 2000, but it was more than 20 years ago. Released on the Polish territory. So we think it's a great opportunity to release those demo tapes and to show all Decapitated fans our first steps with the band when we've been really young, between 12 and 15 years old guys back in the days, in 90s, 97, 98. And I think it's really interesting. It will be interesting to people to hear us, how we start and how we sound on the beginning. There was no edition, no digital edition, no things like that. All mistakes are there. We didn't do any mastering, any new mix of that. So it's all real, and also it's cool because it's released on the tape and on the LP. So both things are kind of vintage. Also, the artwork is based on our old pictures from our personal collections, and you can see in the layout some of the old interviews or some of the old reviews, and it all looks like old underground demo. So I think people will have fun to see that releasing again.
And can the fact that you haven't changed anything in the sound, as you said before, be understood as a tribute at the band itself and your career, and also to show your fans also your roots, right? It's both things.
Yes, it's about things together. I think it's important to introduce the roots of the band and start this story since really beginning, because I believe not many people know about beginnings of the band. Most of our fans, know about us. The older fans know about Nihility, the Negation album, and probably I talk with Decapitated fans, or sometimes with my guitar students, even like sometimes I do guitar lessons. They find out about the band since Black Mantra album, so like 2014, 2015, so latest release. And those two demo tapes represent something really, really different, and our roots. And I think it's just really, really interesting thing for the whole Decapitated fans, for new Decapitated fans, for all Decapitated fans as well.
Yeah, it's great. And as you said before, you guys were really, really young when you released these songs for the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever think that these songs would be the beginning of such an incredible, long, and important career as you guys have nowadays?
Uh, of course not. Of course not. I will never believe someone who will tell me that what will happen in the future, that we will go for so many tours over the world, and then we will playing the biggest festivals, and also because of that I will then joining Machine Head. That's incredible story. I will never tell, because on the beginning of this band we just think about to play music which we love, and that was the most important thing, to create the band, create a few songs, have a good time playing this, and maybe when we record a demo, our main aspirations was to just have send this to the other bands and you know, um, coexist in the music underground scene in Poland, and have so little bit of respect from the other bands and from the metal community. and and it was incredible and really surprise for us, and even like a shock, because after second demo in 1998, after we recorded, we our friend sent this demo to one of the manager in Poland, and this guy, uh, it was a manager of Vader, and he got massive management, uh, and then we signed because of, he sent this our demo tape to Erec Records, and because of that we signed our first record deal, which they released our first album after this worldwide. So it was really fast and really unexpected for us, because you know from the really underground local band, we explode for the whole world in 3 or 4 years since we start to play. So that was cool, and I will never expect that, of course.
It's been an awesome career. And can this compilation be considered also as a return to the roots to your future releases, or it's just a special release?
Well, I have to say that the new Decapitated record, which is almost ready for mixing now, uh, it's gonna have a lot of old school death metal inspirations for sure. Not only that, obviously, because there's lots of different new elements as well, but there's a lot of songs on this new album that you actually somehow you can connect with, even with those first demo tapes somehow, talking about the inspirations and on the atmosphere that is really, in the death metal style. So we didn't do, that in some kind of purpose, that we are releasing demo tapes right now because it's more death metal style, and the new album will be death metal. We released the first demo because it's a good time for doing that, and we have a few good reasons to release it, that we talking before about the introduce the history of the band and show people how we've been sounding. But yeah, but anyways, we can connect it that way with the new album, that it will be really brutal death metal album in 70% of the stuff. So
Looking forward for this album. Will it be released this year?
probably next year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because we still need to mix it. We have to mix it, and we need to have some time to prepare for a release.
and the first years of the band were really productive with 4 albums released in 6 years, between 2000 and 2006, and only 3 albums released in the last 10 years. Is there any specific reason for this difference?
Well, interesting. I wish to release more. Maybe I will continue release like every 2 years in the future. I wish to do that. Um, well, first 4 albums were like uh, I think it was every 2 years because it was some kind of system we have, and our management actually keep an eye on that they book studio for us, and they trying to make us busy with making the songs and releasing quite often and regular. And it was good. It was quite important, to keep going, because we have a really good debut album which hit the scene pretty strong. And then it was good decision to keep it going with this releasing album every second year.
Yeah.
So it was building. It was good strategy to build the position of the band. And then after the fourth album, 2006, we have such a long break for the next one, but that was the reason because of we had this car accident when my brother passed away, and it takes time to me to keep myself together and then find a new musicians and even make decision about to continue the band. So that wasn't possible, like to keep going the same system anymore. And then probably we released new album after 3 years, and then also after 3 years. So yeah, and now it will be even more. It will be about 4 years. It's all depends about what's going on in your life or what the situation in the band looks like. So looks like if we going older and older, it's like we are slower down with the releasing, which you can actually observe in the most of the bands. But some of the bands, I don't want to be like Guns N' Roses, that you've been waiting like 12 years for the Chinese democracy or something like that. And I wish to release next album way faster than this one. So, but we'll see. Mm, but of course, quality over quantity,
Yeah.
which is the most important thing, I guess. So I wish to, as a fan, I would like to, wait a little bit longer, but get really good album from the band, because some of the bands like releasing regular and they don't really care about the quality of the songs, or just they trying to keep it going to, I don't know, because they think if they will release more, it means that, I don't know, maybe
It's
they want to no, never mind. But yeah, but we almost before the releasing the next album, and I can see that the people are asking me all the time about when it's gonna be released, and that I can see that people want to hear the new stuff. So I'm just happy about to hear that people still waiting for the new Decapitated.
Yeah, it's always good album, so it worth waiting. Well,
Thanks, man.
and Decapitated is a huge band, but still seems to be missing a small step up to become one of those immortal death metal names like Morbid Angel or Decide or Vader or a lot of more bands. Does the fact that you and Rasta have to deal with a lot of lineup changes and some small changes also in your sound have any influence on that?
Um, you know, it's for sure hard to find like perfect lineup, and we are not only band that had so many lineup changes. Uh, it's hard to keep the same lineup all the time. There's only few bands like Gojira. I don't know which other example I could go for. I think we are not that much different than the other bands in metal music or rock music. Hearing stories from the other bands, they're all the times kind of same problems with members, with changing members and with the other things. So we're not that far from the other people, other bands. And so talking about, like you say, like Decapitated is like in the mind of the
Yeah.
metalhead generation of fans, but we still maybe I don't know. I mean, depends. For some of the younger people, I mean, for the fans of Morbid Angel, this I would be never on the same, you know, or in the same room with those people. But for the younger generation, probably we are even like a godfathers for the bands like Tired is Murder or The Faceless or all this deathcore scene which start to grow after on the beginning 21st century. So it depends uh, like what people think about your band, how they see your band, your name. It's probably depends about how old they are as well. I think it's important. I will never put myself into the same room with like in the level like Morbid Angel or this like, because for me those bands are like gods and such a unique and such a discovering bands and really masters in really meaning of this word. So me myself, I never put my band and what I'm doing on the same but maybe I'm not the person to talk about my music from about what I'm do compared to the other bands. Maybe I think fans should tell that and decide how they see us.
Yeah. Well, this interview is about Decapitated, but as you can easily see, I'm a huge fan of Machine Head. So, and
Your Yeah, there's no you have a t-shirt and you have your side drop.
yeah,
That's cool. I hear that Portugal. I Rob Flynn tells me that when they go for Portugal, people are fucking crazy on the show, and they just love play there. Fortunately, we didn't get there because COVID canceled all the plans, but hopefully I can go together with Machine Head to this area and see and confront what they said on my eyes directly. So
you will love it. for sure.
Oh, I'm
I,
sure.
al- I've already seen you in Brussels. I think in 2018 or 19. I don't remember.
On the
With
Machine Head tour?
yeah,
Oh yeah, Brussels.
I was in Brussels. Yeah,
Wow. Oh, that was a big show.
yeah, it was amazing.
It was
Yeah,
a, yeah, yeah. I think Machine Head, the whole band was, they were surprised because it was more than 4,000 people on that show.
yeah, yeah.
It was
Well,
huge.
as I said, Machine Head is my favorite band, and you're one of my favorite guitar players. So it's a win-win situation for me. But for
Thank you.
you, how's being work with Machine Head? How's been this experience?
Amazing. Uh, it was facing really new situation on a many levels, and it was a huge lesson for me. Even I can say that I'm experienced guitar player, but I learned new things in this band, and working with Rob and the rest of the guys, it's a huge important lesson for me, I have to say. And being on the tour with Rob and Chris Cantos and Logan, and see, every night, see Burn My Eyes shows from the side or on the front of the stage on the rehearsal, and just touring with those guys, partying with these guys, being in the same bus, it's fucking amazing. It's lifetime experience, and I'm really happy, and I'm such a thankful for metal gods. They put me into this project. It's really something special to have opportunity to. I will be happy to just see one show like that with
Yeah,
Bare My Eyes. I will be just happy 1 or 2 nights will be enough for me. But being on tour, the whole tour,
it's
I don't know
amazing.
what to say. It's just fucking great, great experience. Amazing.
I have no doubt about that. And finally, thank you so much once again for being here. It was a huge honor to be talking here with you a little bit. Hope to meet you in Portugal soon. You and Rob for another interview. Who knows? So, any last words for the Portuguese fans and Underground's Voice viewers?
Okay, thank you for interview. It was a great time and great talking to you, man. And greetings for all Portuguese metalheads and Decapitated and Machine Head fans up there. We love to play in Portugal, and we hope to come back to Portugal as soon as possible.
Well, thank you and stay safe and see you soon. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.